I don't know what happened. Like, both Twitch and YouTube died, which usually is a bad sign. So I went ahead and it wasn't recovering automatically. So I went ahead and shut it down and started it back up. So we'll see how things are going. All right. Let's see here. I think those look stable. I'm gonna go ahead and start trying to actually mine again. One thing I realized, I have this mithril minion I started on. I never finished. I'm starting to get an enchanted mithril and stuff, so I can probably level this guy up, and that'll be one of my missing minion lots. I'm gonna keep him in my inventory while I work. So we were almost done with this commission. The thing I have to remember is to get the mining XP boost on the pet. Honestly, I should probably go do that now, but I kind of don't want to lose this titanium if I get another commission here in a second. Royal Mines Titanium. That was the last of my dailies, I think. Yeah, okay, so let's see where we're at on this. So 6 more, and I will have another 200,000 XP for my pet. So I'm gonna go get the pet XP booster right now. The main reason I'm doing this now is I don't expect I'm expecting to hopefully finish this before the experiment tables reset tomorrow. So the bingo pet, since it's an all-experience pet, it should get quite a few. Oh, I hit 95 at some point too. It should get quite a bit extra mining XP from having that booster on there. So more than halfway, probably about 60% or so of the way on the XP we need. I'm gonna check my part of the mountain here. Got 3,000 powder. I can bump my fortune level 1. I can bump daily powder a bunch, but I've already passed the daily powder stuff, so I'm gonna hang on to that and wait for speed. Alright, so I need to get 10 titanium in the Royal Mines. Real quick and see if anyone's left some around. Doesn't look like it, so we'll have to grind that. Before I start on that, I think I'm going to take a break real quick and get some drink, so I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I don't know what party it is, actually. I guess it's Shadow Course party now. It should be open still, so you should be able to join it. So we're going to do Titanium and Royal Mines real quick. Get the Pico Nimbus, not the other one. I generally don't go above like 3.5% on the titanium and sanium on bingo, and really you don't really need to go above like 3%. It takes a little while, especially once you get a Pico Nimbus. Fairly fast. Sometimes you'll get lucky too, and you'll have people who have piles around that they don't mind sharing. I do end up missing Efficient Miner quite a bit when I play bingo. Like I usually have it turned off, so I don't do mithril mining most of the time on my main. But man, it's really nice to have. Need it, especially if you're doing commissions. Oh, this guy just stole my... Well, actually, he probably generated that one. Titanium's done, so 5 more. Upper Mines Mithril. Gold Goblin Slayer. I don't really feel motivated to go get a bunch of Gold Goblin eggs. I heard he did that yesterday. Pain. So one thing I'll do on Upper Mines and Mithril mission, though, is I'm going to stash my Mithril away somewhere. There's a couple of places you can do that. You can do it back on this backside of the Upper Mines, but this area over here is also Upper Mines, and I find this to be a little bit easier to mine the Mithril in. So I just want to kind of keep in this area for it to count. Beyond that wall there, it doesn't count anymore. Oh, I need Mithril. I just took away the titanium. But what I'll do is mine back here, get some titanium built up. Then if I got a titanium commission, usually it's still sitting here waiting for me. We're getting a lot of titanium over here, and I might have to actually go mine somewhere else because I'm gonna have 10 titanium in this back corner already. I'm running out of spots to mine mithril. I'll leave those there and go mine mithril someplace else. About halfway on this commission. Keep forgetting to use my mining XP boost that I have now. I didn't even ask, just took my titanium. Why I like to hide stuff. This mithril minion is going to get a bit expensive to keep running, so I'm going to put him away. That was going to cost like, I don't know, 24,000 coins, something like that. More than that. 30,000, 40,000. Probably 30,000. But still, it's a lot for a minion upgrade. I haven't done an Enderman minion yet at all. Got a lot of enchanted rolls I could use. That's one minion I can run, or not run, I could level up pretty quick. Getting, yep, real close now. After this, it'll be 4 more commissions. I haven't gotten any Slayer commissions yet at all. So I haven't, sorry, not Slayer. I take that back. I did get a Goblin Raid Slayer at one point, but nothing like Ice Walker or regular goblins yet. So oil mines titanium again. Look, some titanium. Immediately left here with no one around. Probably double check to see anything else. I could go for Bestiary 18 to get the last of this combat, or last of the XP I need for the pet. I don't know why people complain about the Pico Nimbus so much. Like, it's for doing mithril comms and stuff like that. It's super fast. So 3 more titaniums and then 3 more commissions after this. Alright, so that's the commission. Let's see what we get next. Got about 3/5 of my Pico left. And I just hit 96 on the bingo pet. So I get that commission and I get the commission milestones. Once I get that, I'll be in pretty good shape for just mining to finish off the pet, I think. That's going to leave me with the bone collector. Big question is going to be, what do I do about the bone collection? My tendency would be to wait for the minions, but if I can do it pretty quickly, it wouldn't be. It'd be kind of nice to be able to move on to the bingo goals. Sorry, the community goals at least. Put some time into dungeons, a better sword. About 15 minutes of potions left too, so that's going to be an issue. I think Elcat was done maybe for the night. Very nice on number 11 in Poseidon. I guess we'll need to go fish at some point. I need to get into the top 100. I don't know how sweaty that's going to be right now. I did get a winter rod, so it's not too hard for me to get collection or get the secret trick kills for the community goal. And eventually I might make a challenging rod, depending on what. Or mostly depending on how sweaty bingo fishing gets. But I also need to spend some time on dungeons and Bonzo. Then I need to come back and do some pelts. I haven't done any pelts yet at all, so I'm a little worried about pelts because people really sweated pelts last time. It made it like super hard for everyone else. Really annoying. So 2 commissions after this one. I'm gonna finish this one out and take a quick break. Alright, be right back. So I'm back, apparently just in time for a goblin raid, which is fairly nice. It's a little bit of XP. Let me grab this mission to make sure I don't have a goblin commission. Got Royal Mines Titanium again. Old Goblin Slayer. Doesn't look like there's a lot of people going around here, so a couple. I'm probably not going to finish this goblin raid. Usually I have to have like a pile of people in here for that to happen. What I need to do is get my 25 and then go back to doing my commissions. Also need to stay away from murder lovers. The other main point. Like those two right there. Luckily they were already chasing somebody else. I've already hit 35, so that's plenty for me. Those other guys deal with those. So I need to go to Royal Mines. Didn't get any eggs. Gotta get a golden goblin from an egg at some point. I guess actually it's a golden goblin slayer. So I don't actually have to get the eggs. I can actually go just generate one. That's easier to do off of like the mine carts. I usually tend to get a ton of those while grinding diamonds or lapis, so that might be something to go do here in a little bit. Don't need diamonds anymore though. I finished that bingo goal. One problem is when I run out of the God Splash here, I'll lose my haste 4 potion that was in it. That's going to slow me down a bit. Yeah, there just wasn't enough people doing that goblin raid. I wouldn't have, even if I had stayed, it wouldn't have been finished, so I'm not gonna sweat it too much. We'll get half the XP I would have done. Goblin raids are kind of like the Mithril Gourmand, like half the time people don't even bother with it. So 10,000 instead of 20,000. Decent powder though. You get 1,000 goblin reed, or 1,000 mithril powder from goblin reeds. Alright, so I think I've got 2 more these commissions to go, and I'll have 200,000 mining XP. One more, so this next one on the upper mines mithril. Or I could try for that. I could try for the old goblin slayer. Real quick on these diamonds. A different pickaxe here so I don't waste it. Oh, actually, you know what? Got about a minute of potions left. I should go do this on the bridge because it's going to be a lot faster. I usually get gold goblins all the time when I'm doing this. So. It's got a 7-Eleven cloak. Oh, there goes my potions. Okay, so I'm slow now. I should go get elixir pots and deal with the gold goblin later on. I'm missing one of these kings. I don't know which one it is. Looks like Kaboom splashed almost an hour ago, so that's probably coming up pretty soon. Doesn't look like he has a party going though. Kind of funny, I got a dwarven supercompactor recipe before I have the supercompactor recipe. Whoop, there's my gold goblin. I can get to it. Alright. There's the commission milestone. And I get the XP as soon as I collect it. We'll take a look. First I'm going to get this commission. 2x mithril powder collector. That's usually pretty easy to get. That can happen, I think, no, it has to be here. That can't be in like the hollows. So let's take a look at the bingo pet and see where I'm at. Right now it's a 96 level pet. It's got 20,000, 30,000 to its next level. So this should be a pretty good boost when I collect this milestone here. So again, I've got on my bingo pet, I went and put the 40% mining XP boost on it. So this should get me pretty close here. Let's see what it has. So mining 22, bingo pet 98. See how far into 98 we are. So about halfway through 98. That was a good jump. There's still some to grind here, but that's a lot more reachable than it was before. So we're over the 20 hours of playtime, which is not really all that surprising because we've done a lot of things, extra things. I can get to milestone 3 with another 75 commissions. That wouldn't actually take too terribly long to do with the Pico, but I'm running out of Pico Nimbus brakes. So once this thing breaks, I'm kind of back to normal. And it's gonna be hard to get another one because this one came out of a chest. Someone randomly had found one in a chest. So let's go take a look at the island real quick. Check in on our minions. So one thing I said I was going to do was try to make another silverfish pet because I didn't like the fact that I got a common one. So I got another common one. Now I've got 2 common silverfish pets, which is kind of sad. I suppose I could go sell those since I don't need them anymore. I'm going to keep one of my silverfish though. So let's go dump all this stuff on the NPC and the coins we get from it. We get about 50,000 from mithril. Keep the bones. So I think that puts us back to 200,000. 200,000. Go sell this silverfish too. Wow, 100 coins. George is ripping me off. Okay, so let's go back and get our minions emptied and see how many more bones we have to grind. Actually, in the meantime, we're going to upgrade some of these. Go. Whoops, I'm using the wrong pet. So at this point, I'm pretty sure that I could take a break and then tomorrow just go collect these minions and do the experiment table and be done with bingo. But I don't want to wait that long. I'd rather have time tomorrow spent mostly on getting the Bingo community goals ramped up. I haven't done any pelts. I'm way behind on pelts. There's not like a double skeleton drop item. Like you can't get a skeleton axe like you can with the chickens. A little unfortunate, but let's see where our collection is now. So we have 30,000 more bones to go. We've got 1.5 levels on that. So we'll get the pet first. 30,000 bones. I don't know. I think of how that grind's gonna go, and it doesn't really seem that appealing. Basically, what I'd have to do is go to the spider's den, and then grind the gravel skeletons up here, and not just grind these gravel skeletons. I've got to kind of get them grouped together so that their respawn bones work. Wow, there's a lot up here, actually. I think someone was already grinding up here. You can see how they respawn off their bones, right? That's what you want to get them to do. But I think they only spawn twice, maybe now. They used to infinitely spawn off of their bones. So you would get a big group together, and they would all just constantly die and respawn. And I guess they may have fixed this. For a while there, it was not respawning like this. So what I want to do is see if I can get these guys to follow me. Into a pile. I didn't realize these things were actually working again. Like for the longest time, these were not respawning infinitely off their bones. There's some in there. So you can see I've gotten almost 500 bones, I guess. That was pretty fast. See where we're at. Maybe I had bones in my inventory. Yeah, I just had bones in my inventory from, I guess. Or maybe these guys have to be alive for a certain amount of time before they count. That may have been what was wrong with them before. Need more intelligence too, so that might be something to grind for. I just lost 177,000 coins. Oh, he doesn't even have Miser, so that's really bad. Can't imagine doing this for hours like they did. I mean, probably not. It's probably not more than an hour. And if you have, you know, a higher level bingo pet, it goes faster. So that's what's really kind of helping me out here, I think. Same thing we saw with the diamonds. Like, I wasn't expecting diamonds to give us that many on the collections. So I'm thinking that being a high level bingo pet is really the key to getting these things done. I'm going to switch my armor up a little bit because I have more intelligence here. Alright, so this is not enjoyable, but it's fairly effective. And since I need XP too, I'd be better off getting my bingo pet, I think, somewhere else. But you know, it's almost 1,000 bones. If I had a higher intelligence armor set, I think I would be able to do this a little bit faster. Even no one's coming around and mess with the bone piles either, which is kind of nice. Usually people are in here like picking up all the bones and messing with stuff. I had jingle bells. I didn't think I needed jingle bells, but I could pull all these skeletons together and have a really good pile going. Used to get some epic piles back in the day, and I would get like a Runin's bow and every hour back at the very start of the game even. So we made a lot of our coins early on. And it was all just from shooting skeletons over and over. Yeah, he's messing with the bones, I think. Part of what's going on over here. I don't know what he's doing. He said to stop, so I stopped, but now all the skeletons are like crawling all over the place trying to climb up to get to him. Oop, he just killed one of the skeletons. So the night respawning skeletons on the hub used to do the same thing. And now they don't even spawn at all. And I talked to Bluesing about it at one point. You know, he said that they had broken them accidentally when they fixed something else. I'm wondering if it was something related to the skeletons on the spider island here. Alright, so while he's been messing around with stuff, I actually haven't made all that much progress. Maybe another 1,000. It won't take forever, but it will take a while to do this. And I can just probably wait overnight. I think I get, at this point, I've got 10 tier 6 and plus skeleton minions out. I think I would be able to get almost all the bones I would need in the morning. So I might just do that. Work on getting XP on my pet more. Where am I at with that right now? Yeah, so like this is super slow for XP, so I can go mine for the XP, let the minions work for the bones, and be done with this tomorrow. Welcome back, Laugh. Sorry, I haven't been watching the chat very much. Another thing I need to keep doing is moving around. You don't get collection when you're not moving, so I may have been losing some of the collection to just standing in one spot without actually moving. I don't know how many gravel skeletons it caps at, but there's a lot of gravel skeletons here. Thing is, they used to multiply like very quickly. So you would kill one skeleton, and you'd get the one that spawned back in plus the one you killed. So you would end up with like these piles of gravel skeletons back in the day. And then some noob would come through, of course, and be like, "Oh, look at all these bones on the ground," and grab all your bones and ruin your skeleton army. We lost a bunch that were in there a minute ago. Where they went. I don't think they all walked over here to me, but maybe they did. A bunch in there I don't think I can get to. These skeletons all have really bad aim, by the way. They were all just shooting at me, none of them were hitting me. Not even sure how long I've been doing this now. Less than 30 minutes. Pretty sure I went and got Elixir Splash before we did this. I just let this guy have it. He's coming in here and raiding my travel skeletons. They're not as good as they were because they're not concentrated anymore. How many did we do just then? That was probably about 4,000 total in about 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. Not very fast. I think my time's gonna be spent better getting the pet XP going, so that when I get the bones tomorrow from the minions, I'm all done. Oh, he just destroyed the pile. What a jerk. I never got fairy souls in here. Alright, well, that's a good end of that experiment. So let's go see what my minions did in the same amount of time. Probably not all that much, but worth checking. We did about 4,000 bones, just right at about 4,000 bones. Let's see where the minions are. Like, that's not bad either. Like, that's a stacking a bit. Every time I come through here and clear up the minion skeletons. I didn't realize this, but I stacked my minions when I was reorganizing things earlier. I have not been emptying that top minion anymore, so I gotta pay attention tomorrow when I empty these, make sure I get the guy on top too. So yeah, that was about 500 bones in the same time. I was doing almost 4,000, but I had to do it manually, right? So I had to actually be there and participate. This is not the best experience. Quite sure how I'm going to get up there for that minion. I have to just like practice throwing ender pearls straight up. I have very bad aim, obviously. Part of the problem is that ender pearls themselves have a little bit of variation. Can't go too far. Might overshoot. Good one. Yeah, so this guy, not been emptying him. So we're at 25,000 to go, just about. And I want to say these guys make 20,000 a night, overnight. That might be worthwhile to put another minion out. how many slots or many slots I have to go to get my slot. So 11 for my 10th slot. So 11 minions is nothing in the grand scheme of things. I have not made any of the jungle minions, or sorry, the other tree minions other than jungle. I think oak is the only other one I've done. That's an easy set of minions. But I don't have haste anymore, so I can't quickly go grind all the trees. That's kind of a negative to that one. I can do quite a bit with the crop minions and the cow and stuff. I haven't done any of those either. I don't think I've done any sheep, rabbit, sugar, all those things that you can get. Like our potato minions and stuff like that. I haven't even done the tier 2 potato minion, right? Like, so there's room for a lot of improvement here. I think I have to actually go to the hub to see the new mares. Oh, it's 2 minutes until they start the election, so dump all this stuff off here. So one of the things I need to do is get a better Dreadlord sword at some point. This one's just an entrance sword, so it's not quite good enough for hub 11. Splash. Jump over to quick. All right, so I'll get my get the splash here. It's going to give me that haste I needed, so I'll be able to go do the tree minions real quick to get my 10th slot. All right, let's go see what these are. Oh, another minute there. I don't know that I actually did all that much for the oak minion. I only went to tier 3 on the oak minion, so I could go grind that one real quick. At least one more tier. I've already got the unlock for the enchanted wood, so I can actually do 2 tiers on that one pretty quick. Hey Titanic, how you doing? Congrats on your jungle pick, Pokemon Master. If I stand on the spot where the one spawns. Oh, you can't. Alright, so the mayors are Paul, Cole, Aatrox, Diaz, and Barry. And we're going to vote for Barry, because all these rest of these are missing their things that make them useful. Like blessings is nothing. You want the ones that make cheaper chests, right? Cole, you want the mining fiesta. This almost looks stacked against all these other mayor candidates to make Barry get elected. That's what that looks like right now. So I would say go vote Barry. All right. Oh no, fun but smart. This is not my main. This is my bingo account. My main is quite a bit more stacked. Titanic, you had a question. What's your question? Yeah, bingo's at the start of every month for the first 7 days of the month, basically. So, yeah, like my bingo net worth is usually by the end. It's usually in the 30 million range. Last time around, I made a gemstone drill on bingo, but I haven't really been sweating it that hard this time around. So, mostly because I've been letting the minions do a lot of the work, since the collections for bone and stuff like that are very minion friendly and not player friendly in terms of grinding it manually. Titanic is asking if I know what a furry is and if I hate them, and I would say none of my business what anyone else is interested in, so I don't really care, and you shouldn't care either. That goes back to the classic mind your business philosophy of life, right? So one of the things I'm benefiting from, Fun But Smart, there's these bingo splashes like the one I just got. And they're basically god pots for bingo players. So, they last only an hour, but the first 7 days of the month, Iron Men are welcome to join those. You should look up the Bingo Brewers Discord. That's where all the announcements happen. And basically they go into the hubs and flash a bunch of a bunch of god pots, for free. They don't take any coins for it. No one's allowed to require payment for any of that. It's all volunteer work, and they really help you progress in the game fast when you're early on. Like having free god pots all the time, which you'd have to get cookie for on Iron Man, so you have to have 3 million coins you can blow on a cookie, right? So to get the bits, you need to get a god potion on Iron Man. So yeah, the first part of the month is the best time to start a new Iron Man profile, so you can benefit from those splashes. The they don't require you to be a new player. They'll let anybody in who's in the Discord. You can see the notifications. All right, I actually needed all that oak that I just compressed to make this minion tier 4, so I gotta go do that again. We're gonna get 8 stacks again, which is a little bit easier, but look for my profile on Skyly or whatever. And it's pineapple, I believe, is my main one. I have around 18 billion net worth, maybe a little bit more than that. I've got pretty much all the gear you could ever want. I was number 6 in mining for a long time. That gives you any kind of idea of what I have in my main profile. I'm like number 30 in mining after having not mined much for 6 months. All right, so I need to get 9 more minions. That's 2 of the tree minion sets leveled up, and that should be all I really need. I have a bunch of jungle minion levels already, so I can't really do jungle, but I can do everything else. I haven't done birch at all, so. Yeah, I have like 1.1 billion mining XP, so I have a silverfish pet that's got like 1.2 billion XP on it. If you guys haven't voted yet in the SkyBlock elections, go vote for Barry. He's been updating the tower timeline every time he's been elected, so we really want to see what he's done. The admins keep hinting that we need to vote for Barry, and people keep not doing it, so go vote for Barry and let's make the admins happy. They can release whatever that's supposed to be. You don't need an open profile slot for bingo. There's an extra special profile slot at the bottom. So when you go and look at your bingo menu, like the profile menu, sorry, the bingo one shows up down here. See, so it's not in the regular bingo slot or profile slot. So I've done it with all my slots full before. It doesn't require you to have anything open to start one up. And even if you're not going to play seriously, like it's worth setting up a bingo profile, because some of the stuff you can actually sell for coins, like the bingo talismans and stuff, and you don't have to play very hard to get those things. If you just like log on, create a profile, then like 30 minutes ramping it up, and just put your most basic collection minions down, right? You can get 20-30 bingo points every bingo without doing anything. Even more than that, really. For a lot of that stuff's pretty simple and straightforward. So yeah, like people make a big deal out of like, oh, it takes so much time, it's so hard. It's not. People are just making it out to be worse than it is. There's no requirement that you sweat bingo, right? That's a choice. Here's the trick for doing the wood minions. I got to tier 3. I'm just going to go to the hub, and I'm going to buy the rest. Now I can make a tier 4 minion. And I've got 5 more slots, so I just need to do the birchwood. So to give you guys an idea of why you should get into mining and why it's helpful to grind your powder up, like I'm maxed out on mining, so I make more than a lot of people, but I make 25 million an hour selling jade to the NPC, right? Like that could be a whole lot more if I sold anything higher than that. It could be a lot more if I put it on the onto the bazaar. So like get your mining levels going. Like you can make a lot of coins and you can buy all the armor and stuff that you need from that. Like 3 million powder of each that's pretty good goal, but you can get that in the Crystal Hollows. Like we're making it to the Crystal Hollows just on dailies in 3 days on bingo, right? So if you just do your dailies every day, you can get your Heart of the Mountain up without too much trouble. You can buy Pico Nimbuses on the auction house really cheap, and they're great for doing your commissions and stuff to get more mining XP and level your mining up. So yeah, it's worth putting your time into that, so that you can have the coins to do all the rest of the things you want to do. Like a million coins, 2 million coins is pretty much nothing for me at this point. Like, throw that away, give it away, drop it on the ground. It's like, so you want to get you want the Shadow Assassin armor itself, except for the chestplate, because the chestplate's the one that's expensive. You don't actually need it though. I just made a bunch of stuff I didn't need. You can get by with a zombie knight chestplate pretty easily, and those are cheap too. So it's worth putting some time into that. You can get the collection, or not the collection. You can get the armor itself, fairly easily. You can get the, on the auction house, it's cheap. You can actually drop most of those other things too if you actually get to the point where you're in the catacombs on floor 5. They're fairly common. They're actually cheaper sometimes to buy in the auction house though, just because of the way prices go up and down. A lot of times people get rid of their old gear. You can pick up something with a deal, especially if you want to buy equipment that has extra things on it, like rejuvenate and growth and things like that. You can buy it off the auction house for cheaper than it would cost to make it with all the extra stuff on it a lot of times. Remember what the minion recipe requires. Alright, so I need some more ender pearls to make a minion. Yeah, Shadow Assassin armor is what we've been talking about. Shadow Assassin armor combined with like the Baby Yeti pet. Baby Yeti pet's a bit expensive, but man, it is so good. Like back in the day, I used to run F7s with that Shadow Assassin set plus Baby Yeti combo. It's pretty effective, very survivable. I was running Berserk, back in the day with that too, so it's just all around a decent set. And that was before, Berserk was like buffed and made good. So definitely worth putting some time into it. It's going to last you a little while. Long term you want Storm and Necron and stuff like that, depending on what class you're playing. Fortunately, the Crimson armor is not all that great for dungeons as a set, but one of the things that's nice about Crimson and Terrors is that they're piece based, right? So even wearing one piece of it gives you some of the buffs that you would get. So a lot of people are running like mixed combo sets. A lot of people are doing that for a while anyway because they run Wither Goggles for like Storm or something like that. But a lot of the other non-mage players are running like 3/4 Necron or 2/4 Necron, a Warden helmet, and one of the Crimson pieces. That works out pretty well for them. One thing I just realized looking at my head in this menu. That's how I'm going to look in the catacombs, and I'm so used to my old skin that I'm going to have a hard time adapting to this one in the menus that I need to click on to get ready and stuff like that. That's going to be a bit of fun first few times I do dungeons, I bet. Alright, so we made a Enderman minion, and I think I'm just going to make the rest of these actually. Get one more stack of ender pearls. I want to use up some of those enchanted ender pearls I've built up. Alright, see how far we can get with my enchanted ender pearls. Probably should be saving those for an aspect of the end, but it's going to take a while to get the recipe unlocked anyway, so might as well use these up. So you need 10 million coins. You can get, I don't know, I was getting about, I got 400,000 coins, I think, in about 30 minutes grinding goblins. So what I would say, go get yourself a Dreadlord sword, buy one off the auction house for cheap, right? Get a decent quality one, get yourself some good armor with intelligence on it. Crystal set would be best. You know, if you have shadow goggles or dark goggles, use those. And then just go grind the goblins. Drop 10,000 coins per goblin sometimes, right? They have a bag of cash feature basically, and it goes from like 1 to 10,000 coins. So on top of that, you get goblin armor drop, which is a couple thousand a piece. So it doesn't take all that long if you just go grind the goblins. Another thing to do would be to try grinding E2 spider bosses in the spider den caves, right? And what happens there is you start getting the venom, toxic arrow poison drop from the bosses. Those sell for quite a bit. But then you also get a lot of coins from just grinding the spiders with it. The nice thing about the Dreadlord swords is they come with Scavenger 5 on them, right? So you get a good amount of coins from the spider minions that break apart into silverfish, because the silverfish count for coins too. They count for XP, So that's a good way of doing coin grinding, either the spider den or the and you don't even have to do the bosses. The bosses cost coins, right? If you're not in Aatrox, maybe you don't do bosses and you just grind the spiders. Or you just go grind goblins whenever. Those are both pretty effective ways to get a fair amount of coins without a lot of effort. Now, the thing that really gets you coins without a lot of effort is putting some time into getting your minion slots up. Your minions, can make 3 million a day easily, like if you have a whole fleet of snow minions, right? So people neglect the minions, they don't put them out, but just running clay minions with diamond spreading, right, is pretty effective. You do need to invest in getting super compactors. You can make those with minions though, right? You put out like 2 redstone minions and then you put out all the rest cobblestone minions. You just empty them. You want to get your medium storage, of course, but you just empty them, every few hours through most of the day, right? And put the, cobblestone back into those minions for a while. And in the meantime, you go unlock while you're playing manually. You let the cobblestone minions work on your cobblestone collection to get the recipes, right? But then you get your minion slots unlocked by doing all the other things, like doing the tree minions to get your minion slots. That's like 20, so it's 5. If you go just to the enchanted level of materials for each minion, you can get to like 19 minion slots in like a week and a half, something like that. Doesn't take all that long to do. And that's like playing fairly casually, right? So yeah, it's worth putting time into minion. So the snow minions are not something you can craft. You have to actually drop them from a gift that's shared with you from someone else. This is part of the whole Jerry Island Save the Jerry's event in the winter. But you'll see a lot of people running around selling snow minions. Now those are a higher end investment. You probably don't need to do that right now. What you want to get now is clay minions. And clay minions you'll have to fish up some of the clay for collection, or find someone willing to sell you one for cheap. They're not expensive to make, and if you're not on Iron Man, you can just get someone to craft you one, right? But a clay minion, you basically just turn that into more clay minions. All the output from it for the first while goes straight back into clay minions. But a clay minion set, since they can run off of compactors, you don't need super compactors to run a fleet of clay minions. So that's one of the reasons why people like them. You can get them early game by fishing. You can get them, or if you're not on Iron Man, you can get someone to give you one. And then, for what you get, all you have to do is get compactors. That's just, 7 enchanted cobblestone and 1 enchanted redstone dust, right? Those are really easy to make. So you can run like 1 cobblestone minion and 1 redstone minion. Use those to make your compactors while you run the rest as clay minions, and you just keep expanding your fleet. And eventually you'll have, good coin producing set. It won't be like quite as much as the 3 million a day you get from like a snow minion, but it's definitely not bad either. I don't know why I'm still running around killing. I've been talking about stuff and not paying attention, but I need to go put a snow minion, or not, now I'm talking about snow minion. I need to go put a skeleton minion out, since I've got another slot unlocked. And I'll put these minions away. And you get a free compactor too. That's another thing. You get a free compactor from the Lapis guy. So make sure you do that. But it's pretty straightforward. So the problem I have right now is I don't actually have a chest for this minion. I need to go grind a medium storage. That should be fairly fast though. So. I've been slowly expanding where these guys are. Trying not to do what I did here, which is put a minion under another minion. I'll probably put the minion here and put his chest on the other side of him here. Okay, I'll make that chest now. Diamond and slime minions are okay. I I don't know if that's better for money anymore. Right, if you have diamond minions, that's a waste. You should have like one of the minions that makes like slime or a large number of items per action. So like that's why clay minions are generally considered good for this. That's why snow minions are good. So you want them to have diamond spreading in the minion as one of its items. And on the clay minions, you have that compactor in there, and it's going to make clay blocks and diamond blocks. And you just sell those either to the bazaar, like you can sell the diamonds to the bazaar. I'm not sure about clay, but either way, you can sell them to the bazaar, you can sell them to the NPC, whatever you do there, sell them, and that's where your money, your coins come from, right? For the clay minions, you know, for the first while, you want to just take all the clay and turn it back into minions. Yeah, I don't have a good example of minions out right now because we were doing magma minions for the magma cream collection for the Kuja boots. We just haven't put anything else back out. Like we should have put melon minions out a while ago and we just didn't do it. I think when Derpy rolls around, I'm probably going to be grinding, farming the last level of farming 59 to farming 60 during Derpy. And it's going to take hours and it's going to suck. I really, really dislike farming. But I'm so close that I really just got to get it done. You can go check and see how Derpy's doing, or not Derpy, how Barry's doing in the mayor elections. Seems like they nerfed all the other mayors and gave Barry a chance to get elected again here. Alright, so I was making a medium storage. I need a small storage. And I need 8 enchanted oak. So I think I bought oak from the vendor earlier, so I'm going to have to grind that out. But it's not much more. So the best way to get a clay minion, honestly, is to go to like Hub 1 and say, buying clay minion and see who will sell you one, right? If I was on my main, I would just go give you a clay minion, but I'm on my bingo profile, so I don't have the recipe or anything right now. Alright, so there's our medium storage that was missing. We'll give that to our brand new minion from the island. And I think we had a spare, yeah, we have a spare enchanted charcoal for him. We don't have enough bones to upgrade him right now, so maybe worth letting this run a little while longer, trying to get those bones before the end of the night. Of course, I'm actually doing a fair amount of bones here. Just killing these guys. They're dropping. It's actually gone fairly fast, so if I can bump this guy real quick. Oh, he's already at 3, so he needs to hold that. So what I think I'll do is go back to what we were doing earlier, which was grinding spiders. Or sorry, spider den gravel skeletons. Maybe we can get enough bones for that minion real quick. These skeletons are all over the place. A lot nicer when these are all piled up. But we're getting close. You know, we just need a stack, so it won't take too much longer. Alright. Now we can go and upgrade this guy with our enchanted bones and get him to like level 6, which is my preferred place for them. That gives them a little more storage, but it doesn't take the whole stack of bones, enchanted bones, like it does for tier 7 minions. I do have a whole stack, so maybe I should upgrade these guys. Out here. This one's 7 already. That one's 7. 6. So we'll upgrade that guy. Oh, it may only take a half stack to upgrade these guys. That'll take a whole stack. Interesting. Well, I could have upgraded a lot of those before. I was trying not to waste my bones, but it wouldn't have taken as many as I thought. So I've got 24,000 more bones to go. I've got 150,000 plus another 400,000, so 550,000 more XP to go on the bingo pet. I think what I probably should be doing is mining, so I think we'll go back to doing that for a little while. What I'll probably do is just blow out my Piconimbus, just go right through all that's left on it. The upper mine's mithril. I can go grind coin or powder chests in the mines at some time, get some extra mithril powder. But I'm kind of at the point where it takes a fair amount to get the next get the next Heart of the Mountain mining speed bump, and on bingo that's not really worthwhile. You can't take any of your powder stuff with you. You know, things that make coins you can take with you by just transferring the items. So sometimes I'll buy like shadow goggles and stuff like that, transfer them, sell them. I dropped an XP share core though this time, so I got to transfer that at least. That's going to be one of my transfer slots. I've only done that twice on bingo, so kind of rare. Talked about this earlier, but what I'm doing right now is hiding my titanium that I cut back in this little section so that if I get a titanium commission again, I can come find it. There's a spot back here though that no one ever comes into. Doing the thing again where I forget to use the mining speed. Usually I mine up about 10 of these titaniums back here, just kind of leave them there, go mine somewhere else. If I get back-to-back missions, you know, one of them has titanium on them, I'll go back over there, but I don't remember what the other spot. I saw someone mining, oh yeah, it's over here. This is apparently a pretty good spot for mining in the upper mines that I never really paid attention to before, but a lot of gray here, which makes it easy to go, even when you're fairly fast, continuous mining. Alright, so there's my commission. That's going to be a chunk of extra mining XP for the pet. Now I've got a titanium miner and I've got some titanium around. Someone else is chasing it too, so I gotta do it fast. I feel bad for this guy. Doesn't quite know what he's doing, so he's just running around trying to mine the same titanium blocks as me. So there's some other titanium over in the upper mines. Need a handful more. I think what I'm gonna do is just go raid my stash back here. Some of these. Ah, 500 mithril. So this is actually an opportunity. So when you have a 500 mithril commission, that's what I was doing just there, and by hiding stuff back in one of the side tunnels, right? This is a good opportunity to do the same thing. Basically go hide cliffside veins, titanium, and you know, you can mine mithril wherever. You can just come in here in this little cave and mine until you get 10 titanium on the wall here, and then you can go up to the ramparts quarry area and mine in one of the ceiling holes, which will let you kind of stash your titanium away there too. So like 500 mithril commissions kind of seem bad, but they can be an opportunity too if you're planning to do a lot of mining in one, you know, mine for a long time. It's worth using those to spread your titanium around. There's 99 on the pet, so we did 100,000, 150,000 XP in a short amount of time. So it won't take us very long to get to that. Now, again, caveat: this is a bingo pet, right? So it's leveling as if it was a common pet instead of an epic pet. But you know, also like, oh wow, we only need 383,000 more XP for the end of this. Oh, item is disabled. What item? Pico? Doesn't seem very disabled. That's kind of strange. Wonder if someone broke the Pico Nimbus, or my guess is going to be that someone's server went down somewhere that normally handles like live config. So now we're getting a bunch of messages. Like turning something on and off like that seems like something you would have a live configuration for. And I suspect that that's probably what happened here. Something is misreporting it somewhere. Not just pickaxes, it's also on hose and things like that. I'd sent someone to the stream chat to ask a question and they never showed up, so I guess they really didn't want an answer that badly. And the real fun part is that I bet their messaging system is getting hammered with all these messages saying, you know, someone's using a pick they're not supposed to, or someone using a tool they're not supposed to. So that would be kind of hilarious if it crashed their messaging system because they've turned something off accidentally. Might have to turn on like the patcher feature. I'm not sure if it's patcher or SB or what, but one of them lets you turn off repeated messages. I might need to turn that on. Stan on Crack is asking if I can make SkyTill's version of public gemstone paths. I will say that there's already a SkyTill's version of those paths in the forum post for those. I think if you just search my name in the forum, you might find it pretty easily. But yeah, I've got a SkyTill's version for those. Someone actually did an export version. I'm not really familiar with the SkyTill's export. The problem with the one I did there is that you kind of have to copy it line by line. There's no way to do like a block of text like SPE does, but they're definitely in there and you can do it. It takes a little time. Alright, so I've got my stash here that no one will find, hopefully. and I gave up my stash that I had in Upper Mines, but I still have some Mithril Miner left, so I think I'm gonna go to Upper Mines and mine there, back in that same corner to build up some more titanium. Yeah, so a lot of people point to the videos, and then on the videos themselves, I think they have SkyTeals in the descriptions. You might have to scroll down or hit more and then look for them, but I definitely have SB on those. And then when I did the forum posts, a lot of people were asking for SkyTeals, so I put the SkyTeals version of those into the forum post as well. Try using like pets and going back to get to the SkyBlock when you see if that works. Getting kind of close in this mithril palm. Yeah, everyone in the world is now getting item disabled, not just on their pickaxes, but on anything they try to use with left click. So something's gone bonkers. Probably one of their live config things that lets them turn features on and off has some kind of like setup for it. You know, it started. Go back and look. I was wondering if it started right at one of the hour breaks, but it was actually before that. So like you see here, I was actually mining when all this started. So 3 minutes before midnight, my clock's wrong here. So this is probably East Coast time. It's gonna be right before 2 a.m. We start getting all these messages. Need to talk to the inventory. So my bingo pet's put on 100,000 XP. We've got like 300,000 to go. A little less than 300,000 to go. So another few commissions here. Probably do it. The question is, my Pico Nimbus going to last that long? I've got 1,500 uses left on it, so. And it's definitely still going down, even though it says my item is disabled. It's taking my block breaks off of the Pico Nimbus, so it's not that disabled. So I got a Pico Nimbus when I was on the Crystal Hollows, and I think the Pokemon Master was, he may not have found it, but he was on the server where it was. So he sent me a invite back, and now I have a Pico Nimbus. I'm about to like completely get rid of it because I'm gonna burn it out real quick here. There was in a chest like that was right at the entrance of a Hollows Jade section. There was like a room, that first tunnel you go in, with all the gold on the floor, little square room with gold on the floor. And one of the chests had Pico Nimbus in it. So then we also got I just got one of the other commissions. I didn't realize it was 2x powder. No, what I didn't do, I didn't get my gunpowder to make a rocket. Let me go get Puzzler first. I have a definite 2x powder right now. Get 78 million more sugarcane for cultivating tin. That's, yeah, those hoes cultivating is bonkers to get to level 10. I think we're not even halfway on our carrot hoe that we've had forever. Talk to this guy yet? No. Okay. So I was gonna go talk to Puzzler. So one of the things that was exploited for a while was when the dwarf caves came out. This floor used to be like iron and gold, and you could just like run around in circles in here, topping up the floor, and make piles and piles of iron and gold back when they were more expensive. So a lot of people did that, and eventually they just changed the floor to wood floor. Alright, so put away some of this stuff so I don't accidentally keep crafting titanium, enchanted titanium with this. I don't want to do that. So 178,000 XP. We got a fair amount from that last commission. This is one of the last 2 bingo goals that I have. The other one's the bone collector, which I'll get from the minions tomorrow. But I want to get this one out of the way, and then I'm going to start having to grind these community goals. Like 45 sea creatures is barely enough for top 5%, you know. Scavenger I'm doing okay on because I've been doing some scavenging. This is something it'll take a little bit of grind, but I should be able to get to top 100 with that pretty easily. And then the clown collab is going to be harder because you got to use Party Finder most of the time to find F1 people, which is not going to be great. And then I haven't done any pelts at all, so I'm going to have to grind pelts at some point. And I have not done a lot of Team Treasurite, so I'll need to find a couple of rooms that are close together and go back and forth between them at some point. Ethan, clay, you have to if you're trying to get it yourself, you have to fish it up from the pond that's next to the wilderness. It has a little dock on it. That's the place to fish for it. You fish up enough to get the minion recipe, and I think at some point you get a trade. One of the trades is for clay, and you can trade seeds for clay to get the materials to make minions, right? But see, I don't have the collection, the fishing collection for clay to get the minion, I don't think. Oh, I actually do. That's interesting. I could actually make clay minions. I did not realize that at all. So anyways, so yeah, you get a rookie hoe, and you go, once you get the trade unlocked, which might be in the collection too. I can't remember where that is. Might be in the seeds collection, actually. Yeah. So you need to get 100 seeds. And then you need to get enough clay, unlock the minion recipe, which is 50. So you gotta get 50 clay. And I know why. I remember now. I was fishing the other day and I fished up an enchanted clay. And that's how I got all my sudden clay collection. So yeah, you'll have to fish for a little while. Clay is hard to deal with at the start, but once you get the clay going, you know, it's really easy to get the minion supplies with just seeds through the trade menu. It's you know, it's pretty straightforward when you go farming. You're gonna have more seeds than you ever wanted. So. Yeah, you have to fish the first 50 clay. Now, I take that back. You don't have to fish it. If you can find someone who has a clay minion or can make you a clay minion, then you can get the clay from the minion and it counts for the collection, and then you can unlock the minion and the ability to make more minions. So if anyone here wants to take pity on poor Ethan and make him a clay minion real quick, I'm sure he would greatly appreciate it. I would do it, but I'm trying to get my bingo stuff done. Okay, we're close to finishing another mission here. Alright. I want to check and see how much pet XP we're getting from this. So the pet's at 225,000 right now. And this says it's going to give us 8,000 mining XP. We're at exactly 225,037. So the question is, how much did we actually just... We were at 225 and it said it was going to give us 8,000 mining XP, and then we instead got almost 30,000 mining XP, probably more than that, 35,500 something mining XP. So the difference is the bingo pet's ability itself. You get 15% more skill XP. Now, my suspicion is that 15% more skill XP is before modifiers like the mining XP boost happens, right? And the 8,000 we got here got magnified a couple of times there, apparently. So for some reason you get a lot more mining XP. It may just be your bingo rank boost too. I haven't looked at bingo ranks for a while. It may have other perks like being able to get more XP and stuff like that, but yeah, that's why this is going so fast, is that the mining is giving us a good chunk of XP every time. So now we have an Upper Mines Titanium. I don't recall if it was, I think it was a different server that we stashed away a bunch of titanium on Upper Mines. Let's go check and see. Nope, it was one. Alright, so that's half of our Upper Mines Titanium from stuff we had stashed away. Here's some that's unattended, so we can take it. We're gonna have one left. One right there. Whoop. It's counted somewhere. We need one more titanium. There we go. So again, we're looking at our pet XP, right? So we got 27,170.99, so 21.8 basically, 271.8. We collect this 10,000, turned into 17,000, which turned into 316. So from 271 to 316, right? So that's again another 45,000 pet XP. So something's really broken here. I'm not quite sure what, but 2 more commissions. And actually, while we're actually grinding a commission, I bet we're going to hit 100 here. So let's go see what that does. What was our commission anyway? Westside Veins Titanium. So remember back when I said I've got 500 mithril mining commission, and I can do that anywhere, and I want to stash some away. If it's on this server, it'd be back up in this little corner here. And I've got most of my titanium for Cliffside already done. Because I had a 500 anywhere commission. So this is one of the ways to stack your commissions up and make them more useful later on. Grind in hidden areas when you have a 300 mithril, 350 mithril, and then you go collect your titanium and stuff that you generated in the commissions that inevitably turn up. So I think this is going to make my bingo pet 100. See what we've got. Actually, I didn't do much binding there. It's already had it, so it's gonna be 52,000 to get the bingo pet, and it's gonna be so close. Probably 4,000 maybe. No, okay, that one didn't give us that much. So another 30,000 XP. So every time I do, let's figure out how much one block is. The bingo pet. So 352, 788. 352, 988. So I'm getting 200 per mithril block. Seems like a lot. 200 pet XP though, so with the booster and everything else, that still seems like a lot. I don't know. Not quite sure what's going on there. I have to get a calculator out and actually do some math to figure it out. Speaking of unlocking the nether, I've actually done that on bingo before, so it's not an outrageous goal. I think I'm actually going to manage to pull off getting this pet level before I burn out my Pico Nimbus. I've got 1,000 uses left, so.
Very much alike.
Only like 5,000 more to go. Heard the magic noise that says get to a hub. 23. Get that right? Oh. Yeah, it looks like Twitch recovered, so I guess I was talking to YouTube chat and saying that I wasn't sure I was going to be able to get the stream to recover itself here, and they both look fine now, so whatever glitch we had has kind of resolved itself. But I'm also just about to wind down the stream, so I was just on my island. There's a game update coming. There's been this message about how you can't use this item. Like you can see here when I attack, can't use this item, can't use it's disabled. And my server apparently just restarted itself again. I really wanted to double check, make sure my minions were emptied. I finished, I think, all of them. And I had emptied them a while back, so it should be okay. But meanwhile, while my stream had crashed, I managed to get my bingo pet to level 100. And I only have the bone collector left on my to-do list here. And I need 23,000 more bones, so... I think I'm gonna do is go grind some spider den gravel skeletons just for a few minutes here, so I can get back to my island. They're rolling a game update, so you can see restarts all over the place. But get a few more gravel skeleton bones manually here. That'll be just a little bit less that my minions have to do. Or a little bit of buffer in case my minions don't do enough. It's right click too. It's left and right click. I'm right clicking on the sword and it's giving me the same disabled message. We got 58. Each of these guys is giving me 6. Oh, there's the reboot. Let's go to the island. Last time I joined my island, it was rebooting, so this might be a good sign that it's time to stop while this game update rolls. I wanted to check my last minion on the top here, see if it's run out of... Yeah, okay. So all of my minions are empty. I've got 10 tier 6 plus skeleton minions. So each of these guys has, 5, 9, 9, so 18. They have 18 stacks of bones that they'll make overnight. So 18 times 10 is 180 stacks of bones. Calculator going real quick. Let's see, so we said we have 18 slots available, and then there's 10 of those, 180, and then times 64 in each. I'm going to get 11,520 actual bones in the minion, and then on top of that, I'm going to get the Bingo Pets boost, the Bingo Playing boost on the collections. So, I'm going to get 25% more collection, and then I'll get more from just whatever. So let me exit that. I keep getting server reboots here, so I think that's the sign that it's time for me to stop playing here. Wow, 2,821. That's a lot of messages. So anyways, I think that's going to be it for me tonight. I'll collect minions in the morning. It's probably not going to be quite enough for the last goal, but sometime during the day tomorrow, I'm going to get that bingo card finished. I'm probably not going to stream for that part. just because it's going to happen randomly sometime when I check the minions. But then tomorrow evening, later in the evening, or maybe even tomorrow afternoon, earlier, one of those two, I'll probably be streaming. So make sure you have your stream notifications turned on. You know, if you're not subscribed, you need to subscribe. But if you are subscribed, check your notifications. Make sure you get the notifications when I actually start streaming. Another place to get notified is if you go to our Discord. You can find that on my About page. There's a link to the Discord there. We have a channel there and a role for stream pings. That's probably the best way to get notified. I always ping there before I ping anywhere else. So anyways, have a good evening. Thanks for hanging out. This is very close to being done on bingo for the main goals, but then we've got a whole lot of community goals to hit. So we'll be doing that tomorrow. Catch you later.